let's go to the NFC West, which is probably the best, definitely the best division in the NFC, arguably the best division in the NFL. We've talked about the Rams and the steps that they've made to trying to be a winner. Super aggressive franchise. The 49ers, good team. We don't know what moves they're going to make, but we know John Lynch, new Hall of Famer. They're going to make a move this offseason because they're aggressive. We talked about the Seahawks and their inability to adapt to make Russ happy. But the team we haven't talked about is the Cardinals, and another team who made aggressive moves, moving off of Josh Rosen, firing Steve Wilkes after just 1 year, and bringing in Cliff Kingsbury, who may be fired after 3 years. Making the move for DeAndre Hopkins. I mean, giving up only a second and a running back that's expired. Again, that's Houston. But can Arizona make the step next season to actually be a legitimate team in the NFC West and the NFC?
They had some troubling things happen the second half of the season. Obviously, they collapsed that second half. And without that Hail Mary against Buffalo, they would have been on a woeful losing streak. They were very good, and then they kind of tail spun. And some things happened, and they're a little worrisome. So the head coach, like you said, maybe not so good. Maybe not such a good head coach.
He wasn't a good college head coach.
No, which is why it was weird he was hired. But I mean, I'm sure he's 38, so I'm sure that played into it.
It's a nice house.
Yeah, nice living room. He's like you. He has nice ankles. But that's one thing, and then two, you got the nicest ankles in the East. You got the nicest ankles in the West. But so I'd say the other thing that's troubling is that we all talked about how Kyler Murray, he's making the short QB cool again. He's not too small. The game is new. But what happened the second half of the season?
Got dinged up a little.
Hey, Sean, your mic's muted. So, all right. So, yeah, Sean's mic's muted. The AirPods probably died. So, back.
How about now? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, cool. I would just say that, like, the whole Kyler Murray experience was cool until he got a little hurt. He's obviously a little smaller dude. He ran a lot this season. And as soon as he got a little dinged up, a little sore, injected a little more Toradol than he wanted to before games, it seemed like they kind of plummeted. So the two concerns are in the two worst spots you can have him at. Do you have a bad coach? And is your QB need to change his play style? So they're fun, and they were fun, especially in that Hail Mary game. But, I mean, definitely troubling in two big areas.
Absolutely, man. I think that Kyler could be good, could be really good, but he has to run less, and he has to have a good offensive line because he's so small, and they can force him to throw the ball outside the hashes because he's so small that he can't actually work in between the hashes. And then if you're forcing him to throw outside of the hashes, now you're playing towards that, so they become more predictable. He has a lot going against him, and he has the raw talent to overcome it. But again, it's football. It's 11 people on the field at once, and not having a superior offensive line and going into most games with taking the L at the head coaching position, it does not set him up for success.